spread across a week's worth of time for students at undergraduate level or MSc level. Okay, because you are more brilliant and you have a very good grounding, you already studied some of the topics, I thought it would be enough material for you to ruminate overnight. Yeah? But we covered quite a good ground. Just a quick recap of what we did and what we are going to do today. So, you'll be doing presentations, okay? Roughly we'll take about 15 minutes to cover these presentations, all in all, or thereabout. And we will do some work hands-on on the value proposition canvas. Okay, we'll go right down to the bottom of understanding what are the pains, gains, okay, pain creators, pain relievers, gain creators, and what are the jobs that the customers want done, and the products and services you offer to them. Then we look at 4 more new blocks. What were the blocks we looked at yesterday from Business Model Canvas?
Block 1 and block 2.
What are they?
Customer segmentation, value propositions.
Value propositions. Okay, how many different value propositions, in how many different ways can you propose value to your customers?
9.
Roughly 9. Okay. There could be newer ones also. Okay, we never know how we can really come up with a new value proposition that might enchant your customer, okay, lure them to buy into what others have not been emphasizing on. Okay, so how many of you know about Nespresso coffee pots? Nespresso coffee pots, they're quite popular. There's a coffee machine, okay, and then you put this Nespresso, like espresso coffee, Nespresso. You put that pot, you pour some milk, and then it gives you a very good, delicious coffee. If you buy coffee powder in the market, 1 kilogram of coffee powder, how much would it cost?
Around 700.
700 rupees, yeah. 1 kilogram of these coffee pots, ultimately, how would you measure your consumption? In grams, kilos, right? Okay. You might consume 1 kilogram of coffee in, let's say, 2 months' time. Okay. For 2 months, you're spending 700 rupees if you buy loose coffee powder. Yeah. Nespresso, you might end up paying about 15,000 rupees. Qualitatively, the difference between coffee is almost negligible. Okay. It could be sourced from Kenya, one thing could be sourced from Brazil, some India. But regardless, please come. Regardless, coffee powder remains coffee powder. But the way they are packaging this as a service, and they are giving away a machine worth of roughly 10,000 rupees for free when you buy these pots, because they are tying you into subscription-based model for these coffee pots. Okay, coffee is the same, but how it is packaged and turned into a service to attract customers and keep them tied in for longer periods will mean a constant stream of revenue for this company and for longer. Okay, that is where the difference between companies who use business modeling as a way, as a philosophy to thrive versus those who are not using it. Those who are not using it are locked in traditional frames of mind. Okay, traditionally, here is an asset, you take this, you give me money. Asset sale has gone down in history as something which is very transactional. Once you buy it, you own the asset. I have no say in how you use it. If there is any maintenance, I'll probably give you warranty for 1 year or so. After that, it is your responsibility to maintain it. At the end of life of this, you chuck it away. What happens when you chuck it away? How many of you are aware of circular economy as a concept? Okay. Good. What is circular economy?
So earlier we used to have the concept of linear economy, which is use, make, use and throw.
Good.
But now instead of throwing, we'll again re-engineer, remanufacture, refurbish the things so that the concept of actually wasting gets reduced, and we can again reuse the things in our different way maybe,
Yeah.
but for a more effective manner so that the productivity of that material increases by more times.
Brilliant, brilliant, amazing, well done. So the linear model of economy earlier we were using is take, make and dispose. Okay. Now we are saying reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce the extraction of virgin material from the earth, because every single day tons and tons, million metric tons of virgin material is being extracted from the earth, and which still again goes back into dumps later on in the form of metal, in the form of other useful minerals. And if we keep using this at that rate, we might not leave anything left for our upcoming generations. Okay, so this circular economy is about keeping the product in cycle, in the loop for longer, okay, by enhancing its lifetime, and also at the end of its life we are recycling. So these coffee pods or things like that, they even come and collect from your home and then they recycle it. So there's some level of sustainability embedded into this. Triple bottom line, yeah, people, planet, profits, not just profits. Okay. So we look at some of these ideas on how companies are tying you in and also providing better value in terms of sustainability also, right? Finally, we'll complete today's session with some hands-on activity on how you fill up these core 5 remaining core blocks. I think 4 of them, right? So how many of you started working on your mural? Have you started working on the mural yet? If you haven't, that's fine, we can start. Okay, so first let me start by looking at the value proposition canvas once over. I want to play this very quick video so that you get a gist for what I discussed yesterday already. Okay.
Every day, companies design products and services to improve their customers' lives. But 72% of new product and service innovations fail to deliver on expectations. This means that customers don't care about 7 out of 10.
Sorry, thanks.
Every day, companies design products and services to improve their customers' lives. But 72% of new product and service innovations fail to deliver on expectations. This means that customers don't care about 7 out of 10 new products introduced to the market. It doesn't have to be this way. Just like you create value for your business with a business model canvas, there is in fact a tool to intentionally visualize, design, and test how you create value for customers. It's called the Value Proposition Canvas. The Value Proposition Canvas is composed of 2 parts, the customer profile and the value map. With the customer profile, you describe the jobs your customers trying to get done. Jobs can be functional, like getting from A to B, social, like impressing friends and colleagues, or emotional, like gaining peace of mind. You highlight your customers' pains, which annoy customers while trying to get a job done. Pains and negative outcomes that customers hope to avoid, like dissatisfactions with existing solutions and challenges, frustrations, risks, or obstacles related to performing a job. And you outline customer gains, which describe how customers measure the success of a job well done. Gains are positive outcomes that customers hope to achieve, like concrete results, benefits, and even aspirations. Use the customer profile to visualize, test, and track your understanding of the people or companies you intend to create value for. It's a map that becomes clearer the more you learn about your customers. The second part of the canvas is the value map. With it, you list the products and services your value proposition builds on. You describe in which way these products, services, and features are pain relievers, how they eliminate, reduce, or minimize pains customers care about, making their life easier. And you outline in which way they are gain creators, how they produce, increase, or maximize outcomes and benefits that your customers expect, desire, or would be surprised by. The value map makes explicit how your products and services relieve pains and create gains. Use it to design, test, and iterate your value proposition until you figure out what resonates with customers. You achieve fit by creating a clear connection between what matters to customers and how your products, services, and features ease pains and create gains. Great value propositions target essential customer jobs, pains, and gains and and do so extremely well. Your customer profile may contain countless jobs, pains and gains, but your value map highlights which ones you intend to focus on. But don't forget, an outstanding value proposition can still fail if your business model is flawed. Successful companies embed outstanding value propositions in scalable and profitable business models. Use the value proposition canvas to create products and services that customers want. Get started at strategizer.com.
Strategizer.com is the commercial company of the business model generation book by academicians. So whatever we are saying here is coming from both the book and the Strategizer platform. Okay, so we can do it in two ways. Firstly, one, I want to first understand where you stand in terms of this business idea. Once we correct it, then there is no going back, okay, because we have limited time. Otherwise, if it is a 10-week stretch of a module, I would have allowed students to organically develop their model, fail, and then come up with new ideas. But after today, mostly you're going to stick to the same idea. You can improve it, you can change certain features in it, but the idea remains more or less the same. So I want to first sense check how many of you have really got this concept of business modeling, and then see whether the idea is fit for purpose, and based on that we'll proceed. Okay, so I'd like to invite each group to come and present their slides. If I think the best thing is if you could use your laptop, that's perfectly fine. If you want to really use the screen, then just turn this into any, memory stick anywhere if you have it. For those of you who are preparing in the back end, let's try and use the memory stick. For the first group, I will allow you to present on the laptop. Okay. Who wants to go first? I mean, it can be arbitrary, randomly anyone can go first. If you are ready, do you want to go first? Yeah? Do you have it in the... Oh, very good. Very good. Grand.
Please save on pen drive, that will be better.
Yeah.
Because connecting laptop will create some problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
A very present good morning to each one of you. So with this concept of car weight, we have come up with the idea that what if you have a car but you don't have the one which you aspire for. You want to own a car but you don't have the money for buying it. So we have come up with the idea in which we as friends or maybe a cluster of people with similar aspirations can come up together and co-own a car through fractional partnership model. In this particular problem, what we identified was that we don't have much money to buy very expensive cars, and most of us who belong to middle class families but have aspirations, we usually settle with hatchbacks usually. So for that purpose, we are offering a customer-centric, cost-effective model in which we'll identify the car segments which are ranging from about 15 lakhs and above, and based on your requirement, we can just have an agency which will let you own a car with similar-minded people, and then those luxury cars can be co-owned for about, say, a period of 5 years. Some rentals can be paid on that. Other than that, the agency will take care of all the maintenance charges that will come up, the insurance, and in case maybe the car met with an accident unfortunately, then all that cost will be held by the agency itself. For that purpose, the cost structure that will be there, that will be made by the agency. It will be openly transparent to all the members who will be owning that particular car, and using that model, we'll actually solve the problem of many people who want a status but cannot have at that particular moment of time. So the mission that we through this model want to propose is to actually provide luxury car ownership to people through innovative co-ownership model, and that will provide you affordability because the rentals will be at affordable price, exclusivity because in place of a simple Alto or maybe a Swift Desire that ranges for about 10 lakhs, you can actually own a Thar or maybe a car like BMW. Also sustainability, because if we four as members belonging to a metropolitan city, say Bangalore, we co-own a car, that car can not only be used as carpool method wherein we'll be solving the problem of pollution, but also if we want to go on a trip together, or maybe I individually want to go on a trip with my family members, using that model I'll solve the problem of pollution that is coming up and the climate change that is happening today. The long-term vision that we propose through our model is that we'll be balancing the status, accessibility to more expensive cars, and environmental stewardship. The target segment, who already own a car, people having a car but ranges from maybe 5 to 15 lakhs range, urban professionals. If I have a good income but I don't think that investing in a car will be worth it, because maybe after next 2 years I'll have to quit my job, move to another city, maybe I'll move abroad, I won't be able to take my car to a foreign country. In that particular case, urban professionals can have this particular model in which they can own a car that is equivalent to their prestige. Then there is upper middle class income families, married couples who want to own a car to actually enjoy their upcoming lives. They can even have this particular feature, they can change their cars whenever they want to switch, because in that particular time period of 5 years, you are not sticking completely. You can identify if you need a car for maybe 1 year, or if you need it for 5 years, you have planned it accordingly. You can select the options. And then there are luxury car enthusiasts. If I want to go on a trekking to maybe from Bangalore to Ladakh, maybe Pune to Kashmir, in that particular hilly areas where simple cars won't work effectively, in that particular case also, we'll be providing you cars that are suitable to that particular terrain, and accordingly your cars can be chosen for a limited period. Yes, there will be a different charging facility if you are owning it for a smaller duration than for a longer duration. And then we have the value proposition that will be explained by Anand.
So in value proposition, in the customer segment, we can see that what are the gains. First is the cost efficiency for the users, because it provides affordable options for to the consumers. Second is convenient on-demand access. That means using the app we can get whatever car we want through the app easily. And third is reducing emission, because many people are using the same car. It will be in the long term. It will be there will be low emissions and less traffic on the road. And what are the pains? It's the first is the high cost of ownership, because luxury cars are very expensive, and to own that only mostly people with good financial stability can afford it. Second is limited vehicle ability, because there are variety of vehicles, and due to people's interest, they need variety of vehicles for their various needs. So that's the pain. And third is the time consuming rental process, because renting out take time, so many forms they need to fill out, and through this app we can limit the amount of this renting process or owning process, co-owning process. And the third is what are the jobs to be done. First is provide affordable cars. Second is cater to similar interest group, because people with similar interest can rent out just that variety of vehicles suitable to their needs. And third is provide variety of vehicle for different needs, providing the vehicles for different needs of the owners. And it will come to the value proposition map. In this, what are the game creators? First is flexible rental options. We provide flexible rental options for various needs and all, for various options of the car. And second is promote sustainability and fewer cars on the road. And third is high quality vehicle with modern amenities, because the maintenance will be carried out by the firm, so the consumer need not pay maintenance charge for that. And for the pay in reverse, we can say it as large network ensures vehicle ability, because there are many consumers are connected to each other. Then there are high chances that they ensure vehicles is available every time they need it. Second is affordable transparent pricing, so that through the app consumers can see what are the various prices and options available without any middleman or something, and direct pricing will be available. And third is intuitive app for seamless usage. So for customers to be use the app, it should be user friendly and make sure that it's seamless and there is no hassles in between. And fourth is regular cleaning and maintenance. This is a problem for consumers because many car owners spend a lot in cleaning and maintenance of their cars. So this part will be taken care of by the app. And in the products and services, we can see that we are creating a car sharing app. So it is a online platform through the app, so we can be connected to many users at once. And second is provide a variety of vehicle options. So for that we'll provide many vehicles also, not just one. Maybe for people with interest like who want to go off-roading or maybe dirt biking and all that. For that we are providing options. And third is flexible pricing, and based on the pricing is that based on the usage, pay per use model we can use for this pricing of the car. Thank you.
That's it?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you do any segmentation, customer segmentation?
Yes, sir.
What is
So based on the income groups and based on interest.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Yes, I'll come to you individually and talk about what improvements you can make. Okay. We'll let others speak. Who's next?
Computational data, and sometimes the data is not reliable, and there are some tech savvy people. Nowadays people are using AI to plan their diet chart, so we are also providing them with professionals.
Yeah.
So some people often use values to trust and transparency in product information. We are providing every information of every product very nicely and neatly, and desire for simplicity in making health-related decisions.
So now we can see the visual segmentation of our customer segmentation. Here are many aspects like a user pattern. So there are two user patterns like frequent users and casual users we have. So the frequent users are those who buy a product on their daily basis and check their nutritional information in the product, and the casual users are who rely on the platform like dietary chart or plans their meals and their 1 week plan or else. And the second part is benefit sort, like how our customers got benefited from our platform, like health improvement. They can target their goal, like they have to weight loss and weight gain or better energy levels. And some of the people who are suffering from any diseases like diabetes, high blood pressures and any other diseases, they can also targeted by us, like how they can treat it by perfect planning or presentation by their scope. And convenience in shopping and meal, it is very convenient for the users who can come or on our platforms. They can check their score or the product score as well, and loyalty. So we can often see that the customers who can buy a product or buy a services, they can if they can satisfied with our services or product, they can refer to their friends as well. So it also helps us to building a loyalty of the brand, and potential referral based is also the same kind of thing. And occasional plans the customers target, like seasonal health goals, like as a person I want to gain or weight in the particular time. They can also come and scoring their goals. And specific life events like pregnancy, starting a fitness regime, because pregnancy is a very important thing for a female, so they want a proper plan for their baby and herself as well. Thank you.
Pregnancy is important for men also.
Yeah. No, the pregnancy part.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you. Well done, nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, please. I have one question before you leave. How would I know, for example, let's say this is some kind of a fizzy drink. Do I have to scan it, or do I have to use my camera to check what enhanced product information will provide in terms of nutrition and health?
Sir, for the beta version, on the website we will include the names of the product, not the scanning feature. Like if you just enter the name of the water bottle, like the Bisleri or the Kinley water, then it will show all the names, all the key ingredients.
Okay. So if I go into a shop and I'm shopping for my groceries, I have to keep this app open and I just type the name of it. If I'm unsure, then it will give me the entire.
Yes.
Yes, information.
Okay, we'll talk about that. It will be very interesting to look at dashboard like that with red, green, amber colors.
Yes.
Good, good, good.
Thank you.
Well done. Last group. Last but one. Last but one group. Sorry. Third group. Come. I think you're just taking a bit longer.
So, good morning, gentlemen. So, our project name is SnapX. So, let's take an example. You are going for a shopping, and let's say a grocery shopping in the supermarket, and you want to buy only 2 to 3 products. And after taking a product, you go on a checkout line, and you see that the checkout line is very long enough. So you seem frustrated that how long should we wait to get my bill payment. So for that thing, we came out with the project which is named as the SnapX. So the aim of our project is to develop a self-checkout interface that will solve some problems for standing in the queues for the bill payment in the shopping mart. So we have generally came up with the idea that we are going to make an app which will help you to just scan the barcodes of the products, and it will the product will come in your cart, the online cart, and from there you can make a payment and you can just check out from the shopping mart. So it helps you to not standing in the queue, and it not helps you in the standing in the queue, and it will make your life as an easier to go in the shopping mart, because as you can see that in D-marts and the smart bazaars, the shopping lines are very big. So for that thing we came out with this idea. Yes. So let's explain about the customer segment.
So for the behavioral segmentation, first would be for the tech-savvy shoppers and convenience seekers. Those who are already familiar with technology will find this app very engaging and intuitive. And customers who prioritize convenience will appreciate shopping and skipping the long queues and wasting any time. And second would be impulsive shoppers. Those who just randomly visit a mart on their way will pick up anything for like drinks, or if they are going on a long drive or anything. This will make easier to skip long queues. And third are frequent shoppers. Regular shoppers can streamline their purchases with repetitive uses. For the psychometric segmentation, we have efficiency-oriented customers, those who value productivity and dislike wasting time. And second are cost-conscious shoppers, customers who like to monitor the expenses and avoid surprises at checkout, because it will allow real-time tracking of the cost while shopping, which can help them stick to a particular budget. And it can engage customer engagement. For example, the app can provide tailored product recommendations, special offers, or loyalty rewards based on their shopping habits and preferences. Next slide.
So, sir, we are going to tell about the value proposition. So, we have come up with the 5 propositions. First one is the performance. Actually, it is generally easy to use. It is easy to use, and it can be used by everyone because it's just generally a simple app. Second, getting the job done. It can help you to check out the job easily. If you want to buy 2 to 3 products, it will get you easily job done. Third is convenience. It is easy to use. Convenience and usability. Secondly, we are going to use a minimal designing. We don't require any sensors, this type of thing. We are using just generally an app, and customize that. We can easily use to customize products, let's say which products we want to use in a cart and which products we do not want to use in a cart. So that's the thing. And in this case, we are also going to use a QR code which is different for all the different shopping malls. Thank you.
Good. Well done. So practically speaking, how does this work? You have to, okay, I want to go to a shop, okay, just give me the customer journey. It's hassle-free shopping. If my wife asks me to go to shop, it's painful actually. I will miss out 3 or 4 items minimum, even if I write it on my phone. It's not going to happen. You pick up a phone and then you lose track of what you're buying, basically. So, yeah, there are many other issues we can discuss on that front, but usability, scalability, right? How practical it is to the ground and realities, how much integration it requires into existing setup, existing infrastructure. If you're asking us to come up with IoT sensors, pressure sensor, volume sensor, and so on, it's not going to take place anytime soon. Okay.
So last one.
Last one, yeah.
Good morning everyone. I, Khushi Sharma, with my teammates, come out with the problem that we all are facing or we all will face. As we all know, we are the future professionals. Always care about what our family members do if we go out of our homes. And so many professionals who are working in Bangalore, Delhi or outside the cities are always worried if our parents need something, how do we provide? However, there are already options of delivering a food, delivering some health services, medicine services. But what if a doctor has a physical consultation application, not on the online appointment? At that time, what we do? If there are some relative available, good enough. If not, then what? We come up with unburdens, simplifying everyday life. So, why this problem came out? Next slide, please. So, the problem statement is people with busy jobs often find it hard to manage work and home tasks, causing stress and less happiness. We are always worried why our family member suffers a lot. As sir said that he always finds worried when he goes with shopping with his wife. What if a mother want to do shopping? She don't like online shopping. She don't like if she is not able to shop for the things that she doesn't like in online. She don't know how to operate the mobile phone. However, we are living 21st century. Everyone knows. But what if? So our target audience is that who are they want a physical outline. So we are providing that thing.
Next slide. So most important thing was said by the Khushi ma'am. Our aim, our mission is very simple. It's not a hi-fi or any business idea. Our mission is to help people save time, focus on what matters most. In future, we all become corporate guy. We all earning at 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh. But what about our parents' health? What about there are so many things in home which there is no time for it. We have a job, a 9 to 5 job. We have also a friend, we have so many works outside our home. But there are so many works in our home, like our parents' health, our small tasks in our home, which is very important as well in our life. If it is not completed, then there is a you can say restriction in our life. So our mission is very simple, to help corporate guy, professionals, to balance their work-life balance, to balance their professional life as well as personal life. Our vision is very simple, to be the go-to partner for stress-free homes. If there is no work pressure in our home, then our life will be very good and in professional way, and I think in a spiritual way, in our free mind. Our objective is to provide seamless, reliable household service tailored for busy professionals, ensuring they have more time focus on their career and personal well-being. Our target segment is multi-sided target for groups.
Good morning, everyone. And let's quickly see the value proposition for that. Convenience and usability. As Prince already told you, there is a lot of anxiety at home. There is a lot of work at home, which gives us anxiety when we are at work. So to improve that, you can use our services. You don't have to all time thinking about the problem at home. You can completely focus on one. Affordable yet premium service. There are some competitors like us, like Help for You. They are charging for the person who is providing you service. They are charging him also 500 plus 18% GST, around 90 rupees extra, which gives us total of 590, which improves their cost. But if we can reduce their cost, we can provide our services quite cheaply. And trust and dependability, by using government IDs as an ID proof and FIR verification, we can check that if I am sending a person at my mother's place, he is not a criminal, because if she lives alone, then there is a risk of some theft and many things. I should not say that, but there are risks. And flexibility. If you want, you can use our service anytime, anywhere. It's a software-based service, so no worries on that side. Expertise. We are sending expert people, so you can keep your mind at ease that your work will be done perfectly. Thank you.
Our startup is fully based on a previously well-established company which is headquartered in the California, US, named Helper Incorporation, which is established in the 2015 with the goal of the same problem. In 2020, it's awarded with the EBN, Netherlands-based company, and it is well established in the 175 country except from the India. In India, there is a main problem. A startup is also focusing on the same problem named Help for You. So basically, this is from ourselves.
And along with that, there are so many websites and services available, but how many of we as a student use for our parents or the professional use for their parents? There is a lack, because as we are previously so many startups come out, there is a problem of queue, problem of marketing and services. These are the problems. We as a corporate guy, we have a good connect over LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. We can reduce the cost of marketing by advertise what we are doing for our parents. In that case, we not only reduces the cost but market our product, as we are sitting around 20 to 25 people. If we all 25 share our ideas, then this idea comes with plus 125. So this idea becomes India originated. Right now, what are these all are ideas from the foreign companies? It is not of our use. Our parents never gonna pay 500 rupees for a small services. They hardly pay 100 or 150 rupees if we said them कि आप इनको बुला लो. वो कभी नहीं करेंगे. हमें क्या करना है? हम उनको सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर देंगे, and we never tell them the price, because our parents are not that much pay the least amount. So that is our whole concept.
And one thing also, in future growth not comes from we are earning so well. Future growth comes from peace, happiness, which comes from the family. So we are giving this startup to our family members. So thank you.
Thank
Very
you so
good.
much.
Welcome. Individually discuss how would you want to scale this up. But as it seems, this does not require any physical infrastructure at all. People can take the call from their home or on their app and go to wherever it is required. This logistics is something that you have to sort, whether what is the quickest means of transport they take to get there, and what is the lead time before you place an order as in somebody, to the time they reach and deliver. These are all as part of service process.
Sir, one thing I have think, जैसे जो delivery partners होते हैं, वो भी आसपास के होते हैं. What if we target them?
Yeah.
So it will reduce, मतलब अब हम किसी को एक को कैसे ढूंढेंगे, तो वो लोग उसके थ्रू हम उससे ज़्यादा अच्छे से देख सकते हैं.
Exactly. That is something that you need to factor in at a later stage. But on the face of it, the idea is good. Yeah. Well done. Okay. I think things are shaping up really well. Very pleased with the way you managed to progress to this stage of presenting these ideas in no time at all, I would say. Okay. We broke up at about what, 1:30 yesterday. After your lunch, probably you had another good couple of hours to discuss this and come up with slides. This is very good progress, I must say. But we are still short of some of the blocks which we want to discuss in depth before we go ahead and get a full-blown version of our value proposition canvas, and also ultimately the business model canvas. Now, let's start off with block number 3, which is channels. Okay? Channels are channels basically, which you use to reach out to your customers. Okay, they are like conduits. They are the means to get to your customer. Let's go back to the first idea. Okay, how would you reach your customers in your business? For example, how would you make yourself known to your customers?
So, through the agencies which sell cars, like the showrooms, from there we'll
Why? You will be a competitor for them. Why would they advertise your?
So for that we have to first partner with the showrooms only, because they'll only provide us the brand new cars,
Yeah.
and the services like the servicing charges, which after every 10,000 kilometers that they provide, that will also be provided by the showrooms only. So they will not be the competitors, they will be actually the stakeholders in this particular business, and we'll integrate with them, and then through like whenever customer approaches a showroom, from there only we'll provide that maybe if you're not able to afford a 50 lakh cars, you can go with this particular service that is provided by us.
In other words, what I'm asking is, thanks for the response. How will you market yourself or advertise your business to your target customers? How would they know that you exist?
The best option in today's market would be influencer marketing or content marketing through social media.
Okay.
The people who post health conscious content on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, we can partner with them, we can pay them to advertise our services over their channels to get our target audience.
I think our product or our services are related to the health, so we have to create urgency of the health requirement after the COVID. Most of the people are aware of their health as well.
So we can partner with retailers as well,
Yeah.
shopping malls and all.
Yeah, so we can put posters on the
yeah.
shelves regarding sales. So
Yeah.
we
We can provide some incentive then initially so that they market us.
It's going to be a mass market service,
Mass
right?
market.
Excellent. So this building block, which is channels, will tell us how a company will communicate, okay, or reach out to its customer segments to deliver their value proposition. So they are like carriers of the message of this value proposition to the particular customer segments. Okay. So we will talk quite a lot about how companies basically transfer their products or services to their customers' doorstep. Okay, even think of Amazon. How is Amazon moving the goods from one place to the other? They have a distribution center. Okay, distribution center is the hub where all the items get picked up. Okay, because Amazon does not manufacture anything, does it? Amazon is sort of an aggregator which collects all these items, which gets sent to their warehouse, and they organize them in ways which could be retrieved easily, right? And then they get retrieved when there is an order and get sent out using, do we access Amazon lorries here? I don't know, but it could be a third-party logistics provider that goes to probably a smaller distribution center in a town and then gets sent out to individual doorsteps. Okay, so this is a simple map of how different types of channels, okay, can be used by different companies in order to reach out to their customers, and the phases in which these channels will help build awareness through to after sales support to customers. Okay, so starting with this side, okay, there can be owned channels, self-owned channels, and they can be channels that are owned by partners, and you associate with them and you get them sorted out with the third party. Okay, so owned channels can be direct, or in that direct channels you can have a physical individual who is coming to sell products. Like if you look at earlier days, maybe in 90s or 80s, we used to have direct marketing, which means people used to come to the doorstep, knock at you and sell you a packet of washing powder, okay, or a stack of pens or other groceries. Okay, that is direct sales force. It still does happen in pockets, but can you give me an example of where this still happens, the direct marketing?
Amway uses this platform.
Direct marketing strategy, yeah.
Insurance sector.
Insurance sector. I think more than that, I see this mostly in hospitals where medical representatives are still going to knock at the doors of doctors and asking them whether they could prescribe these particular medicines. You know what happened as a result of that very recently in the US? As we are all struggling with the pandemic and trying to, you know, understand what is going on around the world, there was another big epidemic happening in the US. It's called the opioid crisis. Okay, opioids means painkillers, basically. Excessive use of painkillers led to death of roughly about 300,000 people in the US. And who was at the center of this massive scandal? One company, which is McKinsey. Yeah, what is McKinsey? Anyone?
Consulting.
It's the leading consulting company in the world. Okay, like BCG, Bain, they came afterwards, but McKinsey is the single largest consulting company which has deep-rooted or penetrated links with all governments in the world, and they provide services to top-notch companies, Fortune 500 companies, and leading governments. So what they did was basically FDA, Food and Drug Administration in the US, is the authority which signs off any new tablet, drug, medicine, whatever it is. Okay. So they are the policymakers and the regulators, right? On the other hand, pharmaceutical companies, for example, Purdue Pharma, which manufactures these painkillers, was using McKinsey to boost the sales of these painkillers. Okay, so they had direct medical representatives who go to these doctors and sell these stuff. On the other hand, McKinsey is also providing consultancy services to FDA. There is a conflict of interest, right? You can't operate simultaneously for someone who is making the rules and someone who want to break these rules for their profit motives. And McKinsey ended up paying £600 million as compensation for different federal governments in the US. It is a biggest payout ever by a consulting company in the form of fine, call it fine or compensation or reparation, right? So direct marketing can be very compelling. When you speak to a insurance provider or credit card provider, they talk very compellingly. That is a push strategy. Direct marketing or using Salesforce is a push strategy. When do you have to resort to a push strategy? When you are selling something that can be made, right? If you are making something that can be sold, you don't need to resort to this direct push strategies. Instead, you can use web sales in a way, okay? Or you can pull customers straight to the stores. Okay? So, direct channels will include their own website where they are selling products and services, or individual personnel who are coming to doorsteps and selling these services, right? In indirect channels, you have either your own stores. Own store means, I'll go to this stage, okay? So direct and indirect. Manufacturer is manufacturing the product and directly selling it to the customer, okay? So the way this works is basically, take some examples. I'll go to the examples also in a short while, but something that you know of, where you can order straight from the manufacturer to your doorstep without any middleman.
Sir, from a restaurant.
Food from a restaurant. Very good. Very good. It's very simple.
Local products like pots which made by the local peoples and they sell through direct to the customer.
When they get delivered to the
Yeah.
customer.
Mud pots.
Mud. Good. Yeah. Very simple example. So look at other examples also. Second is indirect. Okay. In indirect, actually, you have some intermediaries who are operating on a basis of commission or incentives for selling these products or services. It could be the retailer. Okay. Where would you go and buy shoes? At the manufacturer or at a retailer? Usually at a retailer. In that also, in shoes retailers, you have two different types of retailers. Retailers or shops that are owned by the manufacturer and that are not owned by the manufacturer. Partner types. For example, if you have to buy a pair of trainers like Nike or Adidas, how many of you have been to a Nike store nearby? Is there a Nike store here? Okay. but you can get Nike shoes in other stores also, right? Because Nike has not many stores, I would say, very few stores. It's a very well-known brand. They sell through other partners also, and they find it a privilege to sell Nike shoes in their showroom. It's very hard to find a Nike showroom in the UK because it's very well known. You can buy it anywhere in the corner shoe shop, a high street shoe shop. Okay, so those are partnered stores, not directly owned. Okay, you can introduce another player who is an intermediary, that is wholesaler. Wholesalers buy things bulk from manufacturer, they sell to retailers out of a commission, and then they sell to end customer. This is not a good model for the customer. Okay, for the customer, they are on the losing end if many people are eating away the profits. Ultimately, in this model, there is somebody else who is an agent, who is then finding different retailers to sell to. So another big cut is going there. So the questions you are asking in this stage of channels are, through which channels do our customer segments want to be reached? You are not asking through which channels we can reach out to customers. You are asking how our customers want to receive these items. What is more convenient to them? When you are reading about service operations or marketing, you will come across two different ways. One is a cluster strategy, okay, where all the shops, like for example, if you go to Gwalior Town Center, you might find all the jewelry stores in one line. You might be wondering, how would these jewelry stores sell if all customers flock at one shop? But that doesn't happen all the time. Okay, and you can have a big mall where there's only one jewelry shop, one shoe shop, one clothes store. Okay, so these techniques are applied in marketing in order to basically cater to different demographics of people and different geographic locations. The questions are, how are we reaching them now versus how can we change the way we reach out to our customers depending on what they want, which ones work best and which are most cost efficient, right? Okay, I always think buying from Amazon was cheap. Now, as we started buying, we are also equally returning items to Amazon. Is it still cheaper? For us, it is free. Is it still cheaper for the planet and for the environment and the company?
No.
So, own channels can be direct, such as in-house sales force or a website. Okay. You know this Boston Dynamics robot, how many of you seen this? It's called Spot. Okay, you must have seen this, right? There's a company in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. They are heavily investing in research and development to manufacture robots. I realize that they are selling these robots, but none of us know that they are selling these robots. Where are they selling them? Who are buying them? There are no other sales channels. They are directly shipping products to people who need it. If you place an order, direct to customer. Okay. These are car boot sales. Basically, what happens is all these people who have used clothes or used spare parts open their boot and sell them. Okay, or customers go and buy from them directly. That was the previous owner and user and seller, and you are the next user and buyer. There's nobody in between. This is called car boot sale. I don't know if it happens here, but many people tend to dispose these items for a small price. Okay, if you buy a book for £10, you want to at least sell it for £2. Okay, I'm talking about 100 rupees to 20 rupees, 1,000 to 200. Okay. Own channels can also be indirect. Own channels can be direct and own channels can also be indirect. Tesla, okay? Only Tesla owns their retail units, okay? It's still indirect because you're not buying straight away from the factory. You have to go and place an order in the shop, but you can place an order sitting at your home also. The car gets delivered to your doorstep. The car is bog standard. There are no other additions. You cannot customize it anyway. It is a standard out-of-box basically product. So you know what comes in it. If there are any issues, you can return it or get warranties on it. So you simply get it delivered to your doorstep. So they have a direct sales channel and an indirect sales channel, but that is purely owned by the company. Lush is a handmade cosmetics shop. Do we have this here?
No.
Okay. In India somewhere?
No, sir.
Okay. I think there are a few which I have come across in airports, maybe a recent addition. So these are made in the UK, and they don't advertise this product, or they have a store which is owned by them, and you can buy from. So because you can't go to the manufacturing unit and buy the soap, right? So think about the convenience of the customer, what they want, how they can buy, where you can sell, and how cost effective this channel building can be, right? So partner channels are indirect and span a whole range of options, such as wholesale, distribution, retail, or partner-owned websites. So there are many brands that you can buy from Amazon. Amazon is like, again, an aggregator which sells different brands. Okay, so that's a brand which sells outdoor clothing, which you could buy from Amazon. They can have shops also, right? Regatta shops are there, but still it is easy to place an order on Amazon. Okay, Nike is another example which you can buy from a shop called JD Sports or any other shop in malls, right? So what are the phases in which you build awareness for your channel to flourish? Which means flourishing the channel means selling more. Okay, so awareness is firstly raising, some understanding about what are these products and services. Can you give me an example of how you want to raise awareness about your service? Unburdened.
So through LinkedIn, where all the working professionals.
Okay.
Some businessmen also.
Okay.
So in stores.
How would people know? Because yours is a process. It's not a product. Yeah. You have to.
On online channel,
There was also like in airports we have DGR plan.
Yeah.
Where they are sell for those who are coming to the airport, they are just looking at the billboard DGR.
Yeah.
For faster check-in, just.
What I'm saying is not just billboard. Yours is a process.
on UPI apps, because the payment is to be made online.
You should keenly look at what I'm saying. How will you explain a process to someone? Yesterday we watched a video of Mobike. Video. Yeah.
Yes.
Very simply, a snapshot of 30 seconds of video. Someone walking into the store and coming out of the store without any hassle. Okay? They don't carry cash, they don't carry nothing, they carry just their phone. They go on scanning, tuck, 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 tuck. It's like you can take a video in this room and then you can play and replay this video in different channels. Okay? You build awareness around. What is evaluation? You are helping your customers to evaluate whether this is a good product or bad product. Go back to your example. How will you allow evaluation? Trying, allowing people to try.
So by let's say by encouraging people, sir, you should use this thing.
Yeah.
In stores when there are sailors जो means अपना product sell करते हैं particularly, तो हम उनकी जगह first in starting हम कुछ लोगों को वहाँ रख सकते हैं कि आप इन लोगों को explain करो कि ये क्यों easy है. For जिनको ज़्यादा बहुत जल्दी में होता है, जिनको एक दो products लेके सीधे जाना होता है, especially in office hours or maybe school hours like that, तो हम उनको वहाँ पर खड़े होकर बता सकते हैं कि आप ऐसे ऐसे करके easy होगा. So that might help them.
I know how far this is true. I don't know how many of you came across this idea. You know the energy drink Red Bull?
Yeah.
When they launched Red Bull, you know what they did basically in order to boost their sales? They used to have these empty tins, and they used to crush the empty tins and throw them by the bins in London.
Clubs and parties.
By clubs and party places. People are thinking, what are these? And we should try something. Something is happening in the city which we don't know of. Let us give it a go. And then people got used to drinking Red Bull. So evaluation is you can have some dummies who are shopping seamlessly in a very fast, streamlined manner. who are looking down upon others as if they are making a, they are committing a crime by not having this scanner in front of them. But that's something to think of. Okay, I'm not saying that's what you should follow. Purchasing is ultimately you allow your customers to purchase it, try it, and then that's when once they use it, if it is an app-based service, then you keep on delivering the value proposition. You keep on making it faster. You keep on adding more and more network players. Yesterday, if I was asking go and help my mom, only 2 people were accepting it. Tomorrow, you should have 10. You should be struggling for choices to pick people. Those many people should be using this app so that there are many network partners and choices for the end user. You keep on adding your value proposition to it. Okay? And after sales support is for products and services. Basically, you either ask your customers to rate and provide feedback and add more services later on to make this enjoyable for the customer, accessible, more convenient for the customer. Okay? And still I was trying to reach out to customer service on Paytm who charged me more than what they promised for my cancelled tickets. No one came back to me. Okay? See, when you almost monopolize the market, you can simply slow down on your other resources and save some costs. Nobody will bother. As long as the bigger chunk of the service is running, one customer's complaint might not matter to them. It is as if they are doing it. But ideal situations you cannot do. Okay? Now, what is the essence of channels? They are about raising awareness among customers about your firm's products and services. Okay? They'll help customers to evaluate the company's value proposition. Channels are the sources for you to find some information on which product or service that you could access. There are other example channels, unlike social media, LinkedIn that you're saying. These are called yellow pages, digital yellow pages. Okay, where you can find the nearest plumber, nearest electrician. You'll get a list of 10 electricians. That could in itself be a business model.
Just dial is also.
Just dial, true. Just dial. Yeah. So you can use Just Dial as a channel to reach out to your customers, right? So we looked at channels. Let's. Okay. So how are you going to apply this to your business model? Okay. Just go back, ask the questions of what is the most cost-effective channel. Where would our customer like to buy this product from a store, from online sales? This is called in marketing. You just started marketing, right? Most of you. This is being called omni-channel marketing. Omni means universal, throughout many different. Omni-channel marketing is marketing in multiple channels, not just one channel. Okay. Best way to learn business as a subject is to apply. Apply it far and wide. You almost become a business junkie, which means you are almost addicted to looking at things by going into the mechanics of how this is being perceived by the owner of the business or people who are running the show. Okay? So think about what are the channels for different products that you are using now. Where you bought your watch, where you bought your shoes, okay? Where you bought your train tickets. Okay. How did you come to know about IIIT Gwalior? Did the university advertise itself? Yeah. What were the channels through which you came to know about this particular university?
The newspaper and website, institute website. Then there is one website, like the educational websites which provide a comparative analysis of the admission processes during the season of July to August, when the admission process is at peak. So they also provide stats about how the placements are, how many students have got the admission, and what are the rankings in which people get usual admissions.
But the university is not investing into it, right?
No, sir.
No.
You're saying something?
Yes, sir. We are going in any conferences that we see the name of the institution. That way we can
Good. So when university is not investing or paying money to these newspapers or magazines, how are they surviving? How are those magazines surviving? Who advertises?
Luxury.
Okay, okay, brands. Okay. Private institutions also want to be seen there. Okay, so almost private institutions are paying for public institutions. But you can't ignore public institutions. They are there in physical form, brick and mortar. This is whatever 160 acres of campus. You can't miss this if you're in Gwalior. Yeah? Good. Customer relationships. Right. Customer relationships are about how you engage your customers and build a relationship with them in order to do repeat business with them. Okay? If you ignore customer relationships altogether, if you stop being in touch with your customer, you'll never get feedback from them. All these 5-star ratings, your Panch Tara, is about staying in touch with your customer. After every use, you're asking your customer to engage and provide some feedback. As if that is star is not enough, you provide an open text field asking them how was it, what were the challenges. We never know whether they act on this feedback at all. In train stations we used to have these complaints box. I don't know, probably in the 90s it was full and overflowing. 2000s, millennials, they stopped putting any complaints. Word of mouth spreads faster than that, so they badmouth about particular services and they go out of service. But because Indian Railways is a monopoly, you raise a complaint or not, nothing happens. Okay. So this is about building relationship with your customer. The objective of this customer relationships is acquiring customers, customer acquisition if you are a new startup company. Okay. Customer retention if you are established and you have many customers, you want to keep them. And also ultimately you want to boost sales for existing customers, which means you want customers to buy more from you, different service lines. Okay, if I'm on Paytm, I'm not just sending money to friends and family or services that I use, but I'm also booking tickets, movie tickets. There's so many services now on Paytm. Okay, so they want you to transact more on that app. That is about boosting sales. So you want to maintain customer relationships to do 3 things: customer acquisition, customer retention, and boosting sales. Okay, what kind of questions are you going to ask? Right? We have different customer segments, right? Each customer segment is different in their own right. Okay, what each of these segments want? Okay, how do they want to interact with us? What would they expect us to do to them in the course of receiving or after receiving the service or product? Okay. Which of these customer relationship models have we established and which of these have to be strengthened? How costly are they? Especially we are talking about advertisements, we are talking about keeping in touch with them through feedback mechanisms, okay, using personal assistants to help them. Let's take a look at this personal assistance model. This is one way to keep in touch with your customers and understand their requirements. Okay, this is basically happening in a shop. When you go to a shop, you get to see someone who greets you, asks you to take a seat, asks you what do you want. Okay, this happens in a coffee shop, this happens in airlines, okay, and this happens in stores also. If you go to Apple store, I don't know if you have been there, it's very well managed. Okay, they'll give you a token number if you go for some service. Otherwise, somebody will come to you if the store is free and then chat with you as long as you can, as long as they can, and provide information. They kind of build it into their culture to help customers. Okay, so this is a personal assistance where customers might need more than the list of features that the product comes with, because these features are changing all the time. Okay, you need someone to be on top of this and tell you what has changed, how many megapixels have increased, what was the resolution last time and now. So they are gurus of that product. They know that product inside out and they can provide you assistance on how to buy this product, how many to buy, and so on. There is one more in personal assistance. This is called dedicated personal assistance, which means somebody is directly allocated to you through the whole process of receiving this service for 1 year or 2 years. Can you give me an example of when this happens? Dedicated personal assistance. Did you ever get a dedicated personal assistant?
So the nurses at hospitals?
Nurses at hospital, very good. Yeah. Insurance broker? You can speak to them throughout. Okay, good. In banks, if you are a high net worth individual, okay, you have a relationship manager who is working with you, right? So this is dedicated personal assistance. Any issues, any card transactions, any DD, any check, anything, you phone them up and they are ready to pick your call. Recently, I'm doing NRI banking. I came to know there was a dedicated personal assistant for me who never reached out. I never knew he existed. But after we got connected, he took my WhatsApp number and he's asking, sir, do you want this, do you want that? Okay. I don't know how many people they manage, each one of them, but there is something called dedicated personal assistance if you are banking with certain organizations and banking at a certain limit. A law firm, okay, a lawyer is a lawyer for life. If you have any issues, it could be to do with your personal assets or disputes or whatnot, your lawyer is your personal lawyer, like a family doctor. Okay? So this is dedicated personal assistance. And here you are talking about the longevity of the relationship, right? Rather than being transactional. Once the problem is solved, I'll never go back to them. It's not that. Because this happens in areas of knowledge intensity. High knowledge intensity requires us to have some personal assistance, even dedicated personal assistance. If the knowledge intensity is low, if you know things very visibly, you don't need to speak to anyone. Right? You go and buy or you choose not to buy, whatever it is. But legal service or law, we are not lawyers, unless even most lawyers don't know the law fully. It's such a vast ocean, right? So you need to have personal assistance from people. Self-service. Who is building the app for self-checkout? Yeah? Self-service. Take a look at this. Okay. Most customers, like me, who are somewhat impatient when I go to shopping, don't want to spend a lot of time at the till, waiting in the queue. I would rather go and do it on my own. This is a self-service checkout in one shop. Okay? You go, you use the carry bags, you scan, you pay, and then you leave. Don't even talk to anyone. Right? What is this? Scan as you shop. Again, you don't need to stay at the checkout counter. Even self-checkout counter, you don't have to stay. There might be a very small queue, because what you do is basically, you pull out this, because this is what I did in Tesco. It is like a grocer store, Reliance grocery store in the UK, equivalent of that. You take this and handhold this and keep on scanning things which you buy. Put it in your basket, and what you do is you have to go into that queue, because you need to leave the cart and bag up all your things. So you scan that barcode once, and the bill gets generated, and you pay the bill, right? And bag all of them and then leave. Okay. This is also similar to what you're trying to do, but this requires some infrastructure, scanners, right? Good. I like the idea when you said that. Only use your phone, lift it, pay it, take it. Okay? Amazon Go. See, Amazon Go does not require anything at all. You just scan once, walk in, walk out. Okay. Automated service. What is an automated service? No personal assistant, no scanning required. How many of you use Netflix? Or an equivalent of Netflix? Everyone uses. What are you watching on Netflix? What is it? Squid Game. Is there a new series out?
Yes.
How is it?
Second season.
Second one, how is it? Season? More violent than the first one.
First one was OG. First one was the OG version.
So how is Netflix providing automated service? What is automated? What is the service?
So once we take subscription, then automatically it's cutting from our.
Okay. Yeah. You deducting money. Yeah. Fine. What is the service with Netflix basically? It's just a streaming service.
Subscription.
Okay. Subscription is there. It is a theater at your doorstep in your bedroom. Okay. You're not going so over the top. That is there. What is the service? What is the value added? Huh?
Entertain them at low prices as compared to the box
Okay.
office.
Okay. That is also there.
So personalized movie recommendation.
Exactly. What is it? Personalized movie recommendations. Even your friend can't probably recommend what is going on. I mean, based on your mood, your traits. They are doing psychographic segmentation. Yeah. They know what are your tastes. They know at what time of the day you watch movies. After all your classes are done, you go get freshened up, have some dinner, and go back to your TV. They know at 8 o'clock you are watching so and so movies. Okay, at what time you are watching whatever. Until they provide recommendations to you. Okay. That is automated service. Spotify does. I used to like Spotify a lot. It was charging me, and what happened? I'm using YouTube also. I'm paying for YouTube ad free. If you pay for YouTube ad free, you'll get YouTube Music by default. So instead of having two music apps, I switched to YouTube Music, but I don't like it at all. Spotify was fantastic in the way they produce recommendations. See, that is the difference in the way you are providing automated service and personalizing it to the level where your tastes are almost clear to them. You don't mind having a digital personal assistant who knows what you want, rather than have YouTube Music, which is almost dead dry, bone dry. Okay. Amazon does that very, very flipping good. Amazon. What does Amazon do? Amazon provides recommendations again on Amazon.com. Okay, automated service. Think about how you can implement all of this in your services, in the business idea that you're coming up with. Okay. Communities is also one other way you keep in touch with your customers. What are communities? They can be product communities, service communities. How many of you used forums before you came to IIIT Gwalior, finding out, are the hostels good? Is the campus nice? Are the teachers okay? Are the exams tough? Is the pay package high once I pass out? Am I going to pass these 2 years, or is it a strict regime? You must have read it on forums, haven't you?
Yes.
Forums are communities, right? You know, Quora, Reddit, Mumsnet, Student Room.
Yes.
But how do companies use these forums? They scrape information from them. They have bots that scrape information. IIIT Gwalior is the search term. Everything that is written about IIIT Gwalior, they absorb it, and then they see, are they good comments, bad comments, sentimental analysis, and find out more or less aggregately we are doing well or not, where to improve. But private companies do these most of the times. Okay? So private companies have their own websites which allow for these communities. Some of the examples are Lego ideas. How many of you are aware of Lego? Lego toys?
Yes.
Building Lego, right? It's a big thing basically for kids. It's very easy for them to gain motor neuron skills, easy for them to use their brain and gamify things, be creative about building new things. So kids have probably more ideas because their creativity is very wild. It's untamed creativity, pure creativity. So they might want to build Lego very, very much. And they came up with this idea called Lego Ideas itself. It's a website where if you have something